Alright guys, this time Bandai has really messed up. And no, I'm not talking about another Bandai release, I'm talking about Bandai finally making some good looking mecha musume kits, and they only made them available in China. These are Chinese exclusive kits that Bandai has put out in the Figurized standard line. But I've got both of them here, and I just want to give a big shout out to one of my Patreon supporters, William, who helped me get these. So William, thank you so much for sending these to me. So yes, these were released only as exclusive kits, only sold in China, but of course you can get them online or whatever. So if you guys are living, wherever you are in the world, you can probably get your hands on these as well. So these are from something called Ace Force, which I think is a mobile game or something. It's a game in China as far as I know. And so that's what these two are from. So we're going to be taking a look at both these kits here today. Once again, these are in the Figurized standard line. They look really nice, and that's really a shame, because as we've seen with the different mecha musume kits that Bandai has done over the past couple years, they haven't really been very good, but the better ones though have been in the Figurized standard line rather than the HG line. So at least we know that quality-wise they should be pretty good builds. But let's go ahead and take a look at both of these kits here. Alright, so I don't really know the names of these. Now these are first run limited edition, serial code included, so I think that's a serial code for something that you can get downloaded in the game or something, whatever, I guess. And so they're not really also labeled which one is first, but I'm just going to go off of Bandai's product number here on the site, and so that means this one is first. So let's go ahead and take a look at this one. A little bit more kind of thick looking character there, but only comes with this mask. You don't get any actual face parts with her, so it's just this mask. Kind of flying character, I guess, with a rifle there. It does look pretty cool. Now on the bottom of the box here, you'll see that where we have Japanese and then typically English underneath there, it's replaced with Chinese. So because this is a China exclusive, obviously it makes sense to have Japanese and Chinese rather than English. But there's a look at what the kit is going to look like, a front and rear view there when it's all painted up. It does look very nice. I'm guessing we're probably going to have stickers for those striping bits on there, or you're going to have to do a little bit of painting for that. One really cool thing too is that you've got some pre-painting on the parts. So one thing that Bandai never does, it's something we would expect to see like from Kotobukiya of course, but Bandai usually never does that. So again, something cool that they're doing only for this exclusive kit, unfortunately. But there you got a couple of kind of action poses there. A look at her weapon, which is this pretty cool looking rifle there. You got some like kind of cannons there on the backpack too, it looks like. You got action pose here, an open hand option for that as well too. And then on the other side, 10-cent games. I've heard that name before, so I guess Ace Force is a 10-cent game. I don't really know much about that. It's just a game company that I recognize the name of. But anyway, there you got a couple of stills, I guess, from the game, it looks like. Now, inside the box here, it's a pretty thin box too, by the way. I'll just mention that. I guess that's going to be our kind of code. And we've got two bags of runners there, and we've got some stickers in there, it looks like, as well. And then here is our pre-painted mask part. We'll take a look at that. Just want to take a look at the manual here first. It's basically just the same kind of stuff that we saw on the outside, on the front of the box there. Here on the back, we do have a little bit more action poses, kind of shots, it looks like. Some information about the game up there again, I guess. And then down here, once again, like some action shots. And then the marking guide, so where the sticker decals are going to be placed on there, it looks like. And then our color guide down here as well. Once again, it's in Chinese and Japanese there, no English for that. As for the contents of this, it looks like it's just going to be pretty standard construction. Here at the front, you do have a parts list there as well. It's just a couple of runners for this kit, so it should be a pretty easy build, I think. So here's the kind of card thing here, and it's just this kind of sticker sort of thing, it looks like. Is it a sticker or not? That's a shame. I guess it looks like it is, but I guess it's not actually a sticker. But on the back there is the code, I guess, that you can use for the game if you guys play that. And then we've got the sticker sheet, which is pretty substantial here. These stickers that are going to be going on the kit. We got a simple clear base included with this. And for the A runner here, we've got a couple of parts up there in flesh tone for like the ears and the neck. And then we got some like parts over here in black, some light gray here, and some red throughout the center. Runner B here, a bunch more pieces in black. And runner C, a smaller runner here, some more pieces in black. Last but not least is going to be runner D with our one single piece on here just for the face mask with that pre-painting on there, looking really quite nice. So pretty cool that was included rather than just giving us a piece and then some stickers to put on that. Alright, then as for the other kit here, this one actually has a face that you can see, so that's cool, and it's big massive gun. Everyone loves a big gun, right? So looking very cool for this one as well. Both of my boxes got a little damaged in transport, it seems like, but that's okay. It's just, as long as everything inside is fine. We got some more information here. front and back view of the kit there. Again, yeah, these seem to look a little bit more thick than your standard Mecha Musume kits, which is pretty cool. And once again, we have some pre-painting there on the face. So it looks like I think we're only going to have one face option with this. Unfortunately, Bandai still hasn't caught on to the whole idea of including multiple faces in the kit, except for the Fumine kit, which just came out. But Kotobukiya definitely still has the one-up when it comes to face options on Bandai here, it looks like. We got some cannons over the shoulder for this one as well too. This one's also got that big gun, as I mentioned, big Gatling gun there. And you got some different action poses here. Around on the other side, once again, just a little bit about the game. It looks like some stills from that, and let's just go ahead and get it opened up. Inside, I'm guessing we can expect similar contents here. We got the face piece, and we got a little bit more skin tone with this one, as well as some hair, some more stickers, and some more pieces there. Let's take a look at this manual. Same action poses and stuff here on the back. Shooting, shooting, saluting, and shooting. And then we got the marking guide where the decals go, and the color guide down there, all your colors. Inside, it's construction, as well as a parts list there as well. Basically 3 runners and the face piece. So let's go ahead and have a look at that stuff. Once again, there's the card, and the artwork on the cards do look pretty cool. It's just a shame that they're not stickers, and a shame you can't really do anything with them if you don't play the game. But once again, we'll just open that up, give you guys a look at that. There you go, you can use that if you want. The sticker sheet on this one looking not quite as extensive, but certainly still a lot of stickers to put on this kit, it looks like. Now, no included base with this kit, unfortunately, but we've just got our A runner here in 4 colors, some orange down here, skin tone there across the top, some red over here for her hair, looks like mostly, and then some black throughout the center. Runner B here, we got a bunch of parts here in white, and then runner C is in a kind of brownish gunmetal color like we typically see with a lot of like high-grade inner frames, stuff like that. And lastly, runner D is our face piece, and I gotta say the painting on it does actually look pretty good for a Bandai face. Alright, so there's that. Let me go ahead and get these put together. I think they're going to be pretty simple. I mean, just taking a look at the runners, they seem like the construction of them is going to be pretty basic. They don't have a ton of parts, they don't have a ton of accessories and things like that, so they're going to be relatively simple kits. I mean, as you can see, the boxes are pretty thin on these, so it shouldn't take me too long, and let's go ahead and just see how they look. Alright, so here they are built up, and they look pretty cool, definitely. As you can see, the two of them have quite different styles, so they don't necessarily look like they go together as a set, but I guess if you painted them in like the same color scheme or something, they could look like they go together much better, but they're separate characters, and again, I don't know the names of them, so I don't really know what to refer to them as, but the taller one there, as you'll notice, is certainly quite a bit taller. The masked one, I should say, is quite a bit taller than the unmasked one. Wasn't really expecting that. I was expecting them to be basically about the same size, but as I was building them, I was realizing, oh, okay, this is noticeably larger. It's almost like a whole head height taller than the unmasked character there, but they're really interesting styles for both of these, and I think they're a little bit sticker heavy for all like the little color markings and things you have around them there, but if you are to go ahead and just, you know, paint them up, paint all that in yourself, they're definitely going to be looking very cool. So I think these are a couple of kits that have a lot of potential. Just straight out of the box though, they're still pretty cool as well though too. So we'll go over everything, including the very limited accessories that they have. Basically what you see here is what they have. There's not really too much else to them, but we'll go over all that here, starting with the masked version, I guess. So for her, basically aside from the rifle there, the only other option parts we have for her is just hands and handles. So we have one set of open hands and one set of holding hands for her. And then these handles are these little handles which are attached onto like her kind of side skirt sort of section there. These are like the stored versions, and then you have a set that are meant to be actually plugged into the hands. Plug those into like the trigger finger hands like that. And then I guess these are meant to be like kind of remote triggers for the cannons up on the top, so like she can wave her hands around and pull the trigger with just the remote here, and that's how she uses the cannons up over her shoulder there. So I guess that's pretty cool. But like I said, we got a good amount of stickers on here. Obviously the symbol there, these little yellow triangles you see around here are stickers, those little yellow bits. The yellow bits here on the side underneath the handles there on her side skirt bits. These red lines are stickers there. Little white triangles on the knees, those are stickers. Back here on the wings, the white and red on the wing tips, those are stickers that wrap around there. The little name stickers obviously are there as well too. And more little white triangles there on the side skirts and the back of the elbow. So a good amount of little sticker action, but it's cool that at least the face is pre-printed. That's nice. So the kind of strangely molded ponytail on this one is just on a ball joint, so you can kind of move that around. The head itself can move up to really only about there, which is hardly up at all, and then just down to there, so it's just on a single ball joint and kind of limited one. So up and down movement there is pretty limited for that, but you've got side to side and all that, of course. In the stomach section, we got a forward and back bend there, and then also down at the hips, it will also bend there, so kind of a double joint there for the body to get a pretty good ab crunch there as well, and you can also rotate that. Side to side bend though, not really going to happen. The shoulder joint will swing out to the front, and you ultimately can bring the shoulders up, it seems like really only to about 90 degrees, which is pretty limited for that. We've also got nowhere for the arm to rotate. Usually it's at the upper arm or around the elbow to rotate that, but there doesn't seem to be any rotation there in the arm. And then just a single joint for the elbow is going to be pretty limited as well too, just only about 90 degrees for that elbow joint. The cannons up here on the backpack can just rotate forward and back. These wings can also rotate forward and back and then open out like that. These smaller wings are just fixed in place there, so those don't move at all. You'd have a hard point here on her back for plugging her onto the action base. And then down here for the hips, those will go out to the side pretty far like that, up to the front. You won't have too much trouble with that either. You do have a double joint here in the knee, luckily, and that does look pretty good. And obviously we have some rotation here at the top of the leg a little bit like that, so that's pretty good as well too. Down here at the ankles, a little bit side to side bend here like so. And then up underneath the feet, don't really have a lot of detail, and you do have a little hollow gap in there unfortunately, so that's not going to be looking too good, especially once you get this up onto an action base in a flying pose, and you're going to be able to actually see the hollow space in the foot. It's not always very nice to see. On the rifle as well too, you got a couple little blue stickers for that little blue detail on there, and a little tiny sticker on the inside of here as well too. But the rifle, I mean, the mold of it looks really nice. It does look pretty cool, so I like that. As for our other version here, she has kind of even less in the way of accessories, as she just has the hand options. So you just have open hands and holding hands for her as well, and then obviously our big weapon here. Now just to focus on this first, is actually two handles, the back handle, which the right hand is I guess supposed to be on the back handle there, and the left hand goes on this front handle, which can rotate forward and back a little bit. That's really the only moving part on this. But again, just the general size and molding of it does look really cool. You have a lot of detail there. You also have some seam lines on here as well though too, with it being kind of a relatively simple kit, you might imagine that. But otherwise in general, the articulation is going to be basically the same. The up and down movement of the head's pretty limited. Nice movement there in the torso though. Upper movement of the arm also limited. You do actually have some rotation of the arm, this time actually in two places, above the elbow and below the elbow. And then you have just once again a single joint there in the elbow there. These cannons on the back are on ball joints, so those can move around any way you want. You have this little bit on the side which is also able to move around like that also. And this little fin on the back can also move a little bit as well. Hard point for plugging her onto an action base is up on the backpack up there, and if in case anyone was wondering, you could remove the backpack, but as you can see, you still have just the two big hard points for that, which I believe should probably work for your different like Gundam option part backpacks. It looks like it looks to be the same size as that. And the leg articulation also going to be the same. Nice double joint there. The feet work pretty well, and again, lots of little stickers, all the little orange dots you see around there for like the kind of screw details or whatever on her armor. Those all look pretty cool. And the pre-painted face is okay. It's not too bad for a Bandai face. It's still not as good as your Kotobukiya pre-painted faces though. And then for a size comparison, here they are compared to your average size Megami device kit, and so you can see they're going to be roughly about the same body size, but in terms of like just their body proportions are going to be much more realistic to an actual like human female body proportions, it looks like, much less so with the Megami device kits there. And also, just in case anyone was wondering, here's how they compare in size to your standard HD 1/44 scale Gundam kit as well too. But so really that's just about going to do it for these kits, guys. They're pretty simple kits, which is not necessarily a bad thing. They're very nice though, nicely detailed, and they look pretty good. The pre-painted parts for the face and the mask are nice. It's nice that Bandai's finally getting around to doing that. They're pretty limited in their accessories. I'm fine with them basically having like one main weapon option, because I assume that's just related to the game. They have like each character has their own like primary weapon or whatever. Some sort of secondary weapon would have been cool, I guess, too. I mean, they each have their own like set of cannons on their back as well too, so that's cool, I guess. Some other weapon maybe would have been nice, but I'm kind of fine with just the one main weapon. Some other different hand and face options would have been nice as well too. Some more hand options like closed fists or something like that. And then just a couple of different face options, even if it's just two different face options. I mean, the one with the mask, I guess there's not really much that you can do with that. I don't know if in the game, if like the mask does have expressions, kind of like Spider-Man's mask, how you can actually change the expressions or not. But at least for the character without the mask, to have a couple of face options maybe would have been nice. Just at least two, so you have something to work with. It's a little bit simple, but again, I think these kits are just kind of fine for what they are. They're not really, I mean, they're not something that Bandai is releasing throughout the world. These are only just a China exclusive, so Bandai, you know, just putting not their full effort into is kind of understandable. But that said, I think they did do a really good job on these for just what I can assume is not a ton of effort put into the development of these kits. I think they came out pretty nice. So if you guys are interested in them, you know, track down one or two or a set of them or whatever you're looking for online. Unless you're in China, then you should have an easier time getting your hands on these. But I'll say again, thank you to William, my Patreon supporter, who supported me even more so by hooking me up with these kits for me to check out and review for you guys. So hopefully the review has been helpful. If any of you were looking for more information on these kits, I know they didn't really come out with much coverage for these, with them being just kind of China exclusives related to just this game that I don't know, is maybe not that popular throughout the rest of the world. I don't know actually. So I can assume there won't be a whole lot of English language coverage of these kits online. So again, just hope the review is helpful and useful for you guys interested in these ones. So as always guys, again, big thank you to USA Gundam Store for making it all possible. And if you guys want to check out the link will be down in the video description. We won't have these kits there, but everything else you can save 10% off. You can use my coupon code there, ZakuAurelius10, for that. And I thank you guys all so much for your support. I'll see y'all next time. Hope you have a great day. Bye guys.